Welcome to this beginner-friendly guide to commander equipment in Puzzles and Survival. In this video, we'll talk through the core types of commander equipment, how to get them, and when to prioritize each one, whether you're a free-to-play or spending a lot. Just a heads up, this video is focused on the basics. If you're looking for info into amplification or modification, don't worry, that'll be covered in a separate, more advanced video soon. Before diving into the gear types, it's important to talk about troop type because your equipment choices should always line up with it. There are 3 troop types in the game. Fighters are your frontline tanks. They have high defense and hit points. They need a middle range percentage to solo zombie layers, but they march the slowest. Shooters strike a balance between durability and damage. They require the highest percentage to solo layers, but march a bit faster than fighters. And then there are riders. They hit hard, but are squishier. Riders require the lowest percentage to solo layers and march the fastest. That speed advantage is why so many players choose riders as their first focus. No matter which troop type you pick, the key is to stick with one early on. It's tempting to build them all, but spreading your resources too thin will slow your progress. And when it comes to stats early on, you want to keep attack, defense, and hit points fairly balanced. Later, once you've built a solid foundation, that's when you'll shift more heavily into attack because doing more damage becomes crucial for ranking in events and PvP success. Alright, with that foundation in place, let's move into the gear itself and how to get started. Gear gives your commander core combat stats like attack, defense, and hit points, and it offers the biggest power gain early on, but it also requires the most materials to upgrade. In this video, we're focusing on combat gear, which directly boosts your troops. There's also research and building gear. These help reduce material and time costs for upgrades, which is great for long-term growth, but we'll save that for another video. You will first need to reach headquarter level 3 to build your alliance hall. That's important because joining an alliance is what gives you access to alliance coins, and those coins let you buy basic gear directly from the alliance shop. You can also buy gear and materials through the cash mall if you're spending, but for free-to-play players, alliance coins and events are your go-to. Now let's talk about materials. You'll need gear enhancers to enhance each piece and gear promoters to promote them to higher star levels. The lowest tier enhancers can be found in the alliance shop, but both enhancers and promoters, especially the higher tiers, come mainly from events and the cash mall. One important warning here, you can convert gear promoters into enhancers, but it's usually not a good idea. Unless you have a large surplus of promoters, it's better to save them. They're harder to get and you'll need them later. There are 6 pieces of gear total. Each one boosts 2 troop types, so only 4 of them will directly match your chosen troop focus. For those 4 matching pieces, you'll want to enhance and promote them evenly to keep your stats balanced. As for the other 2, don't ignore them, but don't overdo it either. I recommend keeping them 1 promotion level behind and skipping enhancements unless you have extra materials. Now you might be wondering when it makes sense to start investing in gear for the other troop types. Personally, I didn't do that until I hit headquarter 30, and even then, only when I had a surplus. Lastly, about stats. Early on, focus on keeping your attack, defense, and hit points fairly even. Later, once you've built up your durability around 5,000 hit points, 5,000 defense percentage, that's when it makes sense to start focusing more on attack. But keep in mind that shift is a personal choice and depends on your playstyle and goals. Up next, let's break down chips, a system that's much easier to upgrade but still packs a punch. Chips unlock once your gear factory reaches level 8, and from this point forward we'll mainly focus on what's different about each equipment type since the general upgrade process is already familiar. Chips are the easiest equipment type to upgrade overall, but not all chips are equal in value. There are 2 main types. First, focus chips for fighter, shooter, or rider. These are your early priority and you get them from the ruin shop or the cash mall. Then there are troop chips, which boost troop attack, defense, or hit points across all troop types. These come from Hero Glory Arena and Wasteland Conquest, but they're harder to get and slower to level, so treat them as a longer term goal. Unlike gear, chips aren't available in the Alliance shop, so plan ahead using event shops and currency. If you're low on materials, chips offer a great early game boost. Just prioritize the ones that match your troop focus. Up next, modules, your next commander equipment type with a few key differences, especially in how they're obtained. Modules unlock when your gear factory reaches level 16, which also unlocks access to the rare earth pit. Just like with gear and chips, modules use enhancers and promoters, but they're specific to modules and not interchangeable across equipment types. You'll gather rare earth in the pit, then use it in the rare earth shop to buy modules and the materials needed to upgrade them. You can also earn materials through events or the cash mall, depending on your playstyle. Each module boosts all 3 core stats, attack, defense, and hit points for one troop type, which is fighter, shooter, or rider. That means your module strategy should match your main troop focus. Because rare earth and module materials can build slowly, I recommend upgrading only the material for your focus troop type and holding off on the others. Coming up next, cubes, the final equipment type and by far the hardest to obtain. Cubes unlock once your gear factory reaches level 25. Like the other equipment types, cubes use their own enhancers and promoters which aren't interchangeable with materials for gear, chips, or modules. You can earn cube materials from daily quest boxes, event rewards, or the cash mall. Daily boxes are reliable, but progress will be slow without events or spending. What makes cubes different is that they're not tied to a single troop type. They're stat-focused. Each cube provides a mix of stats, including fighter, shooter, or rider bonuses, along with universal troop stats such as troop percentage and attack. Because of that, I recommend leveling your cubes evenly. All of them contribute to something important, and skipping them means missing out on key stat gains. That's just my take. Some players may choose to prioritize differently depending on their style or what materials they have available. And with that, we've covered all 4 commander equipment types, but before we wrap up, let's go over a few bonus tips and some closing thoughts to tie it all together. Sometimes you'll run into refinement requirements that can't be met using only your main troop type's equipment. When that happens, it's perfectly fine to promote gear for the other troop types. Just enough to unlock the next stage, no need to invest more than necessary. Stick with one troop type as long as you can. Match your equipment upgrades to that type. Don't feel pressure to rush. Your strength will come with steady upgrades and smart planning. Daily quests, event rewards, and special shop sales can all give you free materials. It might feel slow, but over time those resources really build up, especially if you're consistent. Thanks so much for watching. If this helped, please like, comment, and subscribe. And check out the rest of my strengthening series for more guides just like this one.